Welcome, everybody, to Fireside Reading with Papi. Remember the last time we met, I told you that I lived in the state of Massachusetts? Well, it's a warm day here, so I don't have a fire going. However, I do have a friend with me today. Can anybody tell me what type of animal this is? That's right. It's a gorilla. And what sound does a gorilla make? Ooh, 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 ooh. That's right. And what do gorillas and other people like to eat? Bananas. That's right. Today's story is about a gorilla and 6 other zoo friends. I'm going to put gorilla over there with his banana. Yep. There he is. And he's going to listen to the story. Did you know that there is a sign for gorilla? The sign for gorilla is ooh. That's the sign for gorilla. And there's a sign for banana. Do you know what the sign for banana is? Just like you're peeling a banana. Did you know also that there's a sign for the other 6 animals in this story? Well, we all know what gorilla is. Let's try gorilla. Ooh. Very good. And the next animal in the story is an elephant. Elephant with his big long trunk. The next animal that comes is a lion. Lions have a big mane, so that's the sign for lion. The next animal is a hyena. And the sign for hyena is because they make this kind of weird laughing sound. The next animal is a giraffe. What does a giraffe have? A big long neck. So that's the sign for giraffe. The next animal is a amarillo. And the sign for amarillo is it has a shell. It's got a little head that sticks out of the shell. It's kind of like a turtle, but it's also an amarilla sign. And the last one is a mouse. You know how mouses go? So that's the sign for a mouse. So with all that said, let's get along and start the story. Now this story is one of the favorites of my grandson, Oliver. He loves this story and he's 3 years old. So let's begin. The name of the story is Goodnight Gorilla. There's the gorilla and there's the zookeeper. Good night, gorilla. The zookeeper's saying goodnight to all the animals in the zoo. And the first one he says goodnight to is the gorilla. What's that gorilla doing? Uh-oh. Looks like the gorilla is getting out of his cage. He took the zookeeper's keys. And look he threw that banana peel on the ground there. And now he's following the zookeeper. And the next animal they say goodnight to is the elephant. Good night, elephant. Now you can sign along as I go. What's the elephant sign? Yep. And the next zoo animal that the zookeeper says goodnight to is a lion. Good night, lion. But what's the gorilla doing? He's got the keys and he's opening up the cages. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. Good night, hyena, says the zookeeper. Good night, giraffe. Again, says the zookeeper. And look who's following behind the zookeeper. It's the gorilla. He's letting all the animals out. Uh-oh. Zookeeper says, good night, Amarillo. Yep, and there's the gorilla letting out the Amarillo. Uh-oh, look what's happening. All the zoo animals are following the zookeeper, and they're all out of their cages. Whoop, and what are they doing now? They're all going into the zookeeper's house. All the animals headed into the zookeeper's house. Oh, and now what are they doing? They're all starting to fall asleep. Where are they falling asleep? In the zookeeper's wife's bedroom. Oh boy. And the zookeeper's wife thinks that her zookeeper husband is the only one crawling into bed. And she says, good night, dear. It looks like there's some other people in that room. Good night. 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 Who are all these people saying goodnight in the bedroom in the dark? Ooh, it's very dark in the bedroom. Whoop. There's somebody's set of eyes. There's some eyes. And whose eyes are they? It's the zookeeper's wife, because she just found out that there's a gorilla in her bed. Boy, what would happen if you woke up and found a gorilla in your bed? Oh boy. How did all these animals get into my room? So the zookeeper's wife has to put all the animals back in their cages. There they are, going across the yard, back into the zoo. And after they're all snuggled up and back in their cages, the zookeeper's wife starts back to the house. I think somebody was following her though. Did you see that? Now she's really tired and she says, good night, dear. And all of a sudden, Gorilla says, good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Now she doesn't even know the gorilla's there. And they're off to have a nice, quiet night's sleep. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. And I hope you'll come back for another Fireside Reading with Papi. Bye to all. Stay well.